Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sun Up on 7. It's Wednesday, and you know, on Wednesdays we do health and well-being and wellness conversations. Today, we're going to be talking about monkeypox. If you've been following the story of monkeypox, it hasn't turned into a pandemic. However, there has been cases of monkeypox popping up in different parts of the globe. In the U.S., also, there has been cases. So today, we're going to be finding out more about monkeypox, how it's transmitted, and if it were to ever come to Belize, what is in place for us to be able to contain this disease that's going on? So to talk to us about this monkeypox, we have Dr. Hidalgo. Good morning, Dr. Jorge Hidalgo. How are you doing, sir?
Good, and thank you for having me again.
It's good to have you here. Are you dancing today?
Yes.
Third time because
He's like, yes.
He went back. No, because he went back to back. I remember that was so funny. Like he went back to. I was like, okay, he's gonna come the next day right now.
Yeah.
So we got him back, guys. We're gonna prepare. You have a specific song you want, dance?
Yes.
Oh.
No.
Which one? Which one? Una cumbia? Okay.
So guys,
Absolutely.
prepare that song because Doc Dunn say he had do at least son.
Yeah.
You are see. He's doctor by day, but dancer also too as well. So switch it
Yeah.
up on you.
Well, Dr. Hidalgo, it's good to have you here, and we always appreciate
Thank
you
you.
coming here on the couch to educate to us about what's happening within the medical field, what's happening within the medical world. And today we're talking specifically about monkeypox.
Yes.
Like we said, we have not had a case here in Belize recently. However, we're seeing it globally. And of course, let's talk about awareness. So in case it ever gets here, what can we do? So can you give us an insight into what monkeypox is, what causes it?
Yes. Well, to start, just to share with you guys that this is not a new disease. Actually, the first case was discovered in 1958, and essentially within researcher monkeys. And then the first human case was in 1970 in a child. No?
Okay.
I mean that, and most of the times, or most of the cases of monkeypox are essentially located in Central and West Africa. I mean that is not very common, and actually the first cases that was reported out of Africa, and the first outbreak was in 2003 in the U.S. No? And essentially the way that happened is that they have some imported animals from Ghana, some prairie dogs, and then the people get in contact with them, pet them, and those animals were infected.
Oh.
And then we have another case in 2021 in Texas. But what is different now is that we have this outbreak starting in April 29 in UK. And from then we have these several cases in UK, Spain, Portugal, Belgium, then move to the US, Canada. We have a case confirmed in Mexico
Spreading.
and in Argentina. I mean, by yesterday, we have over 500 cases reported around the globe. I mean, that's the difference right now, that this is moving fast in different countries. No?
Wow. Okay. So I read that it's less severe than smallpox. However, how is it transmitted, Doc?
Well, this is a condition that is transmitted in many ways, mainly with the contact with secretions, with contact with the lesions that the people have, especially when we are going to talk about the symptoms. When we have the breakout, then if we get in contact with those lesions, then that's also is a way of contagion. In someone engaged into intimate sexual intercourse, then also is going to is a way of transmission. And also, even if you have a contact with the towels, with linens, then you can also contract it. If someone is getting in contact with this contaminated linens and towels. No?
Imagine you borrowed somebody's shirt or something like that. you can be able to get it
Right.
as well in that way. That's kind of scary to think about it because it seems so easily transmissible. I want to talk a little bit about, because you mentioned that it's less severe as compared to smallpox, but can you talk about the symptoms? So what can people expect if they ever were to contract monkeypox?
Yeah. Well, the monkeypox as well as smallpox and also COVID is transmitted by a virus, no? And then monkeypox is a zoonotic disease. That means that the reservoir is an animal. We are not certain, but we believe that it's the rodent, the reservoir. And then we have this different other animals. The way that is transmitted essentially is, as we already mentioned, with contacts if you get bitten, if you get in contact with the secretions. And then one of the important things is that in the 70s was a lot of research trying to differentiate monkeypox from smallpox. Of course, smallpox is more aggressive and more lethal than the monkeypox. No? Monkeypox is not as lethal. I mean that one of the most important things is that we don't also want to create that fear. No, even that we definitely see an increase and raised number of cases, but the condition is not as lethal as smallpox, and of course, it's not as lethal as COVID-19. WHO, until yesterday, they don't believe that it's going to be a pandemic. No? But of course, we need to create awareness because we've seen an unusual raise on number of cases in several countries. No? Also, an important thing that we was discussing before is that normally when we have smallpox and we get immunized for smallpox, also is a cross protection that the people was getting it from the vaccine. Mean that, but smallpox was officially eradicated. Actually, it was one of the first diseases that was eradicated through the immunization in 1980s. Mean that for those that are 50 and above, probably we still got the smallpox vaccine.
Oh, nice.
Then that
A long-lasting vaccine.
exactly. I mean that one of the things that we are not certain is if this immunization at that point, if we still have certain level of protection, no? And probably that we're seeing right now in young people, this is that probably is the case that they don't have that protection, no?
Okay, so Doc, if I'm getting this right, so monkeypox is kind of like chickenpox or like viruela, where you would have like blisters, and then by coming in contact with the secretion from the blisters is how it's transmitted?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean that the incubation period, when you get in contact with someone, then the incubation period is between 5 to 21 days.
Okay.
Some other mention between 3 to 13 days, but it's an average of 5 to 21 days.
21 days.
And then what is the patients are going to notice is that the most important thing is fever.
Fever.
You will have a lot of fever. You will have muscle ache. You will feel
I'm thinking swelling of lymph nodes as well.
And then one of the important things is you will have a rash that will start in the face, and then it will spread to the arms and legs, in the palm of the hands and soles of the feet, and also some of your genitalia that also can get affected with those blisters full of fluid, and eventually like a pus on it, no? That you see in the pictures that are in the internet, no? And also one of the important differences, like the chickenpox, the people with monkeypox are going to present it with lymphatic nodules inflamed in the neck area, behind the chin, in the inguinal area, in the axillary area. You will have your lymphatic nodules inflamed. That's the symptoms.
How long normally does monkeypox last?
Normally, when we have a case like that, we recommend that the patients need to be isolated for 21 days because it's where
Wow.
essentially that's the as long as the blister are active, then we are contagious. No? We need to wait until those are dry enough completely, and you have a new skin.
Oh wow! So thank you for giving us that information. Look at your face. I am the same way.
No,
Like
I'm
I
just
am here
because
like
I don't know anything about monkeypox.
me
I know
either.
about
Well, I know
chicken
like
and
little
everything.
bit about it.
And like all I
Yeah.
can remember, I have my measles. I definitely don't have no monkeypox vaccine. So
Right.
doc.
So, Doc, thank you for sharing that information, and I feel like this is very important for our viewers to know. So, in regards to the response to monkeypox, I read that the CDC in the U.S. is saying that given the fact that monkeypox has been here for years, they already have developed some antivirals, and I'm not sure if there's any vaccine, but they say they're able to handle the situation pretty well. So now let's bring it to Belize. We know that COVID still has a spotlight here.
We just got the vaccines for
Just
5
got the
to
vaccine for
11.
5 to 11 years, indeed. So, what is the current position of the Ministry of Health when it comes to addressing monkeypox? What do we have in place here in the country if ever were to have any cases?
Well, the situation is the next. No, is in a way it is fortunate that with monkeypox we have already a base ground in research and investigation.
Right.
And then actually we have a vaccine. The vaccine was we have the smallpox vaccine, but also we have a vaccine for monkeypox that was developed in 2019
Okay.
and was essentially prepared for certain particular workers. But is of course is not readily available for a mass
Okay.
use. No, they are working on it. As well, we have an antiviral medication that we also use for monkeypox, but at the same is not available for all to be available for all the world. No,
To distribute like that.
exactly for this kind of distribution. No?
But I guess, they're seeing that it's spreading now. So
Exactly,
would it?
yeah.
I think they're probably are they like working on to be able to have it accessible to everybody out there? Because in the case comes, I'm hoping that Belize we have a line of defense because this are 21 days. This are not 5. This are
Exactly.
21 days.
That's the idea. I believe by in this week the WHO is planning to have a scientific meeting just to talk about and what should be the next steps. Most important right now in terms of the recommendation for the different ministers of health around the world is just to engage in active surveillance and trying to identify cases. And as you know, the reason why we are trying to create awareness is because just a few days ago we have a case confirmed in Mexico. No? I mean that is
Very
our
close
neighbor
to home.
countries, and then we need to essentially the monkeypox is knocking in the door of our country. No?
All right. So, Doc, if there were to ever be any person that's presenting symptoms at what you've described, what should they do next?
Well, the most important thing, if we believe or we are thinking that we have been in contact with someone or we have exhibiting some similar symptoms, then get in touch with the family physician or get in touch with the Ministry of Health, and they already have the surveillance and also
Okay.
one of the things also we need to do testing to confirm. No, we need to do a similar like the COVID-19. We do a PCR test to confirm that is a case or no of the monkeypox.
What I do think is important too as well, Doc, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because of the nature of how this is spread, I feel like people should really do a call before they just go into the hospital. Because imagine you have it and you go into the hospital and you infect everybody else because you're like, oh, I have this, and like you've touched a lot of places or whatever it is, and that I feel like that could even start an overall, spread in the hospital that you chose to go or the clinic or whatever it is. So I do think maybe a call before saying I'm experiencing these symptoms, and then they be able to plan ahead
Yeah,
and see how
that
they
would
can
be
be able
wise.
to get you into that spot. Because I'm just thinking, this is so easy to spread. Let's
Exactly.
not start a
Yeah.
spread.
I mean, it also is a transmission by air drops as well. No, not as COVID-19, but also if you have a contact that lasts a little bit longer, then you can contract it by air drops.
Wow. So definitely gotta protect yourself. It's in Mexico that our neighbors, they hang out on the block and you guys know I'm gonna Chetumal. So that's one of my first heads ooh, Chetumal, please guys. When you're watching the movies at home, just don't, okay? So, but thank you so much, Doc, for being here.
Thank you
for, giving that awareness because it's something that we don't talk about. We forget about monkeypox. I didn't even know monkeypox may exist. I don't know about chickenpox and measles and so forth. So I think people really got a good a sense of the information. I'm sure people are going to start doing their own research now and to be on the lookout as well. Remember, guys, if you do feel like you have contracted it in any way, shape, or form, don't just rush to the hospital and say, I got monkeypox. Don't do that. Let's call first and then let them know what's happening, explain the symptoms and so forth, and go from there. But we do need to be on the lookout to see possibly because it's not confirming beliefs, but within our neighbor, I don't know, we let go here with neighbor. So let's just be mindful of our surroundings. And I know that you're going to have a meeting with WHO. So we definitely know that, information is going to come from there. We can see where we go in that regard. So thank you so much, Doc.
Thank you, Doc. We look forward to your next visit. This is your
we
third
have to
time.
do the song, though.
Do we have a cumbia ready for Doc?
We have a kumbaya or something, like any little thing. I want to see Doc do at least something because it don't give me all of the scary information. But actually, like you mentioned, this isn't something to be so afraid of.
So it's not
yet.
fear-mongering.
So it's good that we know we have the information, the research, and everything already available to a certain extent. It's building on it. You mentioned we have a viral, I think
we have the vaccine and we have the antiviral.
So it's like we got ourselves a bit equipped. It's just not accessible as yet, but it's not like we're starting from scratch like COVID. So,
hey,
let's move.
Hey.
Yes. Okay, Doc. Let's okay.
I love some cumbia. It's so good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hidalgo, for being here with us.
You.
We look forward to your next visit and for more information.
And so with that, guys, we go to our next doctor. Dr. Fernando Cuellar is here with us talking about the vaccines for 5 to 11 years old. So we're going to get more inside scoops on that. For anybody, any parent that is talking about it, remember we just received our vaccine Saturday. And so if you have any probing questions that you need to ask, this is your time. Put it in the chat and we're going to be able to address that. So stay tuned for that exciting conversation. We'll be right back.